to see him play something for the first time in a playoffs.
Yeah.
That's just what happens with these drafts.
And Braum would just be kind of, I don't know. We don't
not
see
too
Braum.
exciting.
Yeah, we don't see Braum very often. Certainly has some really nice disengage, obviously. Pretty safe in lane. And can kind of get Dom to where he needs to be. And I think that's pretty much been the role of Kellen in a lot of these drafts.
And, I mean, he wasn't happy about it. You and I weren't really that happy about it. And it very clearly screamed, okay, well, this guy's champion pool is just as small as I said. He has about 6 he can do. And I'm worried to see, because this is, again, the lane has been where they've had, the bottom lane is where they've had all of their success. Dom has gotten fed. He's gotten ahead early in each and every game they've played.
We'll see if that works out for them, as we are hopping out of the rift here for game number 4 of this first best of 5 here in the LCK playoffs.
It's really weird, the drafting priority, but you expect big things in Bay. You have no vision, my dude.
Yeah, he's coming here. He's trying to help secure the Scuttle Crab for his jungler. And actually, Johan this time is the one that oversteps.
Peanuts Penguin.
And playing passively and farming. No, he's actually looking to be, again, the proactive pair. As I was talking about, as the flash will come in, and Chovy is going to survive.
Wow.
And double buff goes to him as well.
That was a huge mistake by Peanut. If you're like, you have to trust your Renekton. Like, he did not trust him. I guess they also didn't have. They needed one more auto, regardless.
Yeah, he just got flashed on. Didn't have the damage. Thought he did. As this time around, he's going to be able to clean up the kill up on the top side. So at least spares the blushes of the other play. Although Bay is just going to die in a solo kill.
Still has the double buff. Yeah.
1 second.
That's really unfortunate.
But, oh, man.
Okay.
I guess he thought he was going to hit level 6 on that. That is the only way you can excuse that play.
But even if you do, like, I mean, you're
as Kellen looking for a play potentially here, is in the front line, gets the knockup onto Vista, and he has to hop the wall, nearly dies. But he's able to, oh! He outranged it! Oh,
wow! Man. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Grab objectives without being challenged if you don't have the priority in the lanes. As TP is going to be coming in here. Follow-up TP from Rich. Seems like we're going to get down and dirty for this team fight. You see Death just waiting. He's pretty low, actually, so this might just be Hanwha Life looking to back away. They want to zone away the jungle, and they will do that. Vista gets caught by Rich here. Really nice ultimate from the Braum as well. That's 2 kills now for Nongshim. Death has to flash away once again. And Hanwha Life not really finding anything in this team fight. Even Chovy's gonna get caught out. He had to flash, and he's still going to die. That's 4 kills in favor of Nongshim on top.
Really long time to actually come in. And
oh no!
What up?
Yeah, Chovy, you know, they've identified the carry of the enemy team, and now they're not going to let up. They killed the unkillable. And we're going to see how this one happens. So Chovy was sticking around for the plates, got greedy, and gets caught out here. Ezreal on top of everything else in this composition. Now we have a one-on-one here. Bay didn't even pop Dominus. Actually, he's totally fine in this trade as the Chaos Storm was used, and now here's Aatrox. Oh, Toby, you still don't have your flash? Well, how about you die again? Well, they are going to trade their life for it, as Bay is going to just walk away, but Rich did go down at the end of the day.
I mean, see, I don't know if you should actually commit here, but they are going to.
This is on Vision, by the way. They saw this begin. Now they're going to get a blue trinket in there as well. And they're just trying to bully Rich out of the pit before this even begins. But look at that Braum ultimate slowing up 3 people. A huge engage comes in from Vista, but where is the damage? It is just invisible. Hanwha Life have no follow-up. They are too far behind. They're at least going to stop the Baron take, but you had to use Vista to do it. Ooh. Good job by Morgan. Blocks that spear. Could have been big on the Chovy. And this is Mountain Soul. Yep. Right, so
I don't think you can stop this either. I mean, you just are not in a position to do it. And this is going to make this comp so much more difficult to deal with.
This is level 9. You can't even frontline. You can't check, and the rest of Hanwha Life is just trying to get out of there. Nobody actually wants to fight here, but the wraparound from Bay, he's thinking about it, but They're going to play it safe. They just got the Mountain Soul. No reason to try to throw this away.
The macro advantage, it gets you a Baron, you know? I mean, you make plays like this, you take the right sort of skirmish in a lane, you have a side laner that's extremely powerful, and then you just take a Baron. Like, there's just no way Hanwha Life can even approach the Baron right now.
Yeah, Johan, he's even considering trying to run on in there, but you can't really get by Rich. He's a raid boss right now, as the Baron will go down to the side of Nongshim. We're 30 minutes in, and they're 11,000 gold ahead in this game.
Yeah.
Vista being terrorized on the right side as well. The turret will go down.
The minions are going to win the game, like I said, man. This is Nongshim's macro, and now they have a huge advantage. Vista is super low.
Oh, he's dead! Just like that, one Mystic shot and you're dead. Big knockups from Rich, he's full health. And that's going to do it for this one, you'd imagine. Nate's Chaos Storm is going to come out and do a lot of damage actually from Chovy, but they're just too far behind. Peanut comes in, swipes one time, and gets 2 kills, and we are going to a game number 5.
Yeah. Let me take a little peek. Okay,
it was
17.5.
And actually, it was Chovy that did the most damage. But again, trading against a melee champion as Victor, you're just going to get big damage numbers. Look at everybody else. Hanwha Life just, they got behind.
Kaisa damage.
Yeah, they got behind from the early game, and then they were just out of it. Look at 13 minutes on the gold graph, and that was it.
Yeah.
13 minutes happens. They win the one team fight around the Drake, the Infernal Drake. You remember where Rich zones away 2 people, and then the game just seemed over.
We're heading to the distance as Nongshim Red Force was able to show their spicy power and tied up the series once again. This time around, we saw Bae playing Renekton, a champion that Chovy played earlier in the series, and Rich was able to get his iconic pick, Aatrox. So we wanted to break down why they were playing around the top side. They are always guaranteeing Rich to get that last pick, and Hanwha Life Esports as well. They were not able to play really well on the top side of the map, which means Rich can easily dominate the game. We keep seeing Seraphine and Thresh getting banned away on the side of Hanwha Life Esports, and last time there was Gnar on the list as well. Morgan, he's been doing a great job on tank champions, but if Rich gets to take that Sion, maybe Hanwha Life Esports can take some of the melee champion in order to match the side lane. So instead, Hanwha Life Esports wanted to set up a champion matchup where Rich cannot play Aatrox, and they wanted to punish the champion matchup based on their draft. But we saw the reason why Hanwha Life Esports has always been banning away that Aatrox away from Rich, and we saw a very old and classic duo on the bottom lane, Israel and Braum. A duo that is not really that strong in lane, but still they were able to outlane the opponents, which was pretty odd to witness. I think in all games, Hanwha Life Esports, their top side of the map and also their bottom lane were having a very hard time. They were relying really hard on their mid laner, whereas Nongshim at the same time, their mid laner was suffering really hard, which means both teams are now aware of the issues that they've got, and this time around, Nongshim was able to find a breakout. Braum is a really strong champion into a long-range picks, and Ezreal and Braum was able to have a very comfortable game down on the bottom lane, and Nongshim Red Force was able to take a very crucial game in the series. So we want to take a look at the early game and break down how this game got unfolded. Chovy was able to get ahead once again, even stronger than the Sylas in the last game because he got double buffs. He got ganked by the opponent jungler, but he was able to turn it around and pick up a kill. And then, once he saw that Renekton's E got interrupted by Victor's ability, he just goes in aggressively and he picks up the solo kill. So at that point in the game, Chovy already got 2 kills, he got double buffs, and then because of the passive and Victor got, he was able to get the passive stacked. So with that minion wave cleared, he was able to upgrade his stats ray. So at 6-minute mark in the game, Victor was able to clear the caster minion with just 1 ray, 1 laser, and that's absurd. Kuro had one experience on, hitting that kind of power spike that early, and Kuro did carry that game, which means that Victor getting super fat in the game, well, it actually almost guarantees you a win. So we wanted to point out that Chobi was almost, once again, solo carrying his team with this amount of power that he had in his pocket. So we wanted to see how Nongshim shuts down that fed Victor. Chobi could, massively carry the game, but there was something more massive on the side of Nongshim Radforce, which was Rich's Aatrox. Now let's take a look at this second highlight. Rich teleported in a fantastic position, so his flank play came in clutch for Nongshim Radforce. So Rich went in with a TP, and then Deft was already down to half of his HP, so he was not able to participate in this fight proactively. Victor is a really good champion when you have a 5-on-5 team fight, but actually Rich coming in with that teleport split the entire Hana Life Esports players, so he was able to exert his dominance around that river. Aatrox is not a champion that can single-handedly carry that team fight, but Rich was able to, pick up the best fight he could. And after that, Rich was able to have a very easy time at the side lanes as well, so Nongshim was able to pull off a very smart macro around that fed Aatrox. And the POG will be picked up by Rich on Aatrox. As we saw in the prior highlights, he deserves this POG, and his Aatrox is something else. Aatrox is super good into a mage champion on the mid lane if the champion doesn't have any dash. And there is a reason why Hana Life Esports kept banning it away. So maybe Hana Life Esports can counter that Aatrox pick. However, that was not as effective as we expected, and then once Hana Life Esports let him play this champion, he just single-handedly carries the game. And Rich picks up 8 out of 9 votes for this POG, and at the end of the game, Rich said by himself, I had some crazy top priority, and he was acknowledging the state of the game right. I don't think everyone expected this kind of a intense and close series between Hana Life Esports and Nongshim Radforce, but I think Nongshim is actually the one chasing down Hana Life Esports. Now Hana Life Esports is trying out some new strategy in the upcoming game, so let's head over to the caster desk and check out.